Hi, welcome back to me playing Mario Sunshine. We actually made really good progress last time. We made it all the way to Gelato Beach. Got 100% clear in Rico Harbor and Bianco Hills. So all in all, a very productive stream last time. I'm hoping this one will be too, but we have some very notorious levels coming up. So I have no clue how this is gonna go. As always, I do have a blue coin guide up, as in a PDF of the actual guidebook that I found online, which will make my life a little bit easier, hopefully. But Gelato is kind of a pain, I'm not gonna lie. There's some stuff in here that's kind of rough. Alert, alert, just look at the top of the tower. That's a big caterpillar. That is, my introduction to Wigglers, because I did not grow up with Mario World. I did not have a SNES. My first version of World was actually the GBA. Some weird thing is curled up on the tower to take a nap. This could endanger the legendary Sandbird egg. Alright, launching in. This isn't gonna be too bad. We already got a couple things last time. Yeah, Plungellos. Alright. What is the bet on if Plungellos are gonna come back in Mario Kart World? If Cataquacks can drive, where are the Plungellos? Come on. But in all seriousness, I am looking forward to Mario Kart World. I just don't look forward to the price of all the Switch stuff, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Like, for me, my weird take is I'm actually really positive on the Switch too, except for the pricing. But again, I'm also, like, super nostalgic for Nintendo stuff, so I have a bias, and I fully concede it. So the Plungellos are fun, because... Oops, that is not the button I'm trying to press. What button am I trying to press? There we go. It's almost like using a Switch controller, but this is not easy. But hey. This is something I'm actually wondering, because they're making a GameCube wireless controller for Switch 2. Will it still work with Switch 1? That is something I'm legitimately wondering and hoping for, because it'd be nice to still use that on, like, Switch 1. Not that if I get a Switch 2, I would have much reason to keep using a Switch 1. I don't have, like, any games with the IR sensor, for example. 2 areas left. So the gimmick of the stage is you wanna ground pound the mirrors on the opposite side of the Plungello when they're stuck. Coincidentally, I went for the hardest one first. But yeah, you can also one-cycle these. You don't have to, like, get them all individually, which is really nice. So yeah, we're just gonna fry this Wiggler. Just casually, like, light it up with the power of the sun at the palm of my hand. That's a game I'm almost considering doing for this series, Spider-Man 2, now that I'm saying that out loud. It's like, I do have a lot of nostalgia for that era. And yeah, it is a big game because it's like the first open world game I would have played. I played it a ton. I don't know if it uses, like, copyrighted music. Like, if we were going in pure order, a game I should have done already is Star Wars Rogue Squadron 2, but I literally skipped it because I'm scared of copyright. I'm scared of Disney coming after me. Well, at least, like, muting a stream or something. So, I'm getting, like, a copyright strike, so I just kind of, you know, avoided anything like that, unfortunately. But again, maybe someday we'll do Rogue Squadron. I wanted to do Rogue Squadron 1 for game clearing. That game is a nightmare to set up because old-ass Windows games are really fun to get running on modern hardware. Totally a blast. Not at all a problem. So I got 1 blue coin already, and the reason I did that is this one's only in the first, like, 4 episodes. Well, actually 3 episodes. It's one of the only blue coins that's, like, really limited in where you can get it. So I wanted to get it now so we don't have to go back to any of the earlier episodes. Hi Lego, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Hope everyone's doing well. Next up is our Wiggler boss fight. This one is fun, honestly. basically you have to trip it up with the sand buds. By the way, I haven't explained that at all. Sand buds basically are these little thingies that cause like sand structures to appear, or in some cases like cause the ground to disappear, like with the hidden shine. But with the whatchamacallit, the sand buds, you can basically trip up the wiggler, then you have to ground pound a specific segment. I'll read that in a second. There we go. As someone who tried to stream the Stars portion of Disney Infinity, I can confirm it will mute the VOD, yeah. I know for like Rogue Squadron, for example, it does use a lot of like original music. But like, this is a problem I have genuinely with like Great Circle. Like, Great Circle's great. I wouldn't like streaming it because part of Indiana Jones's charm is the music. It's, you know, John Williams. So it's like, you know, Indiana Jones with no music sounds really boring, not gonna lie. Barely. Okay. And like Lego Star Wars? It's great, but is it a circle? It's surprisingly not very circular. Not gonna lie. I loved it though. It was fantastic. I've told this story a couple times, I'm pretty sure, off stream. I don't know if I've told it on stream though, but I literally got like an 8-bit controller like a year ago at this point, like last February or March, and it came with a month of Game Pass. I literally just kept it for Indiana Jones, and it was like the best decision because I had a great time with it. Honestly, fantastic game. Like 9 out of 10-ish. It's got some weird quirks. I don't really like the first-person aspect, just because motion sickness was bad for it, but other than that, it was really good. And also, it's a Bethesda game, so it's got some of that trademark Bethesda jank to it, where it's like, oh, that is definitely not working as it's supposed to. Other than that, like, yeah, Great Circle was a fantastic time. Definitely ran into a couple glitches. Like, I had to replay the final boss because a collectible glitched. It's fine. You know, it happens. Compared to, like, Skyrim, I'll take it. Compared to, like, the average Bethesda game, I'll take it. Hi, Mario. Welcome on in. Alright, we are flying through Gelato Beach. I'm not going to be saying that much longer, for a couple of reasons. We have blue coins coming up, and we also have one of the most notorious levels in the entire goddamn game. I think this level's overhated, personally. I'm gonna eat my words, I guarantee it, in like 2 minutes, but I think this level's actually not that bad. Trying to get the blue coins at the same time is gonna suck. So that's my concern with this. The Sandbird. Everyone... This level's like really infamous for being difficult. But we'll see if I can guess my way through this. Alright. I also am amused that, I think it was last week's stream I was talking about how it's like, you know, Mario Sunshine. Oh, hi Star, welcome on in. I was literally just about to mention our life count right now. It's 26 lives, and then you show up, so hey, hi. I was like, I literally just noticed that I was about to acknowledge it, but got distracted. But hi, welcome on in. It's not gonna be 26 much longer. It's the Sandbird. We are going to die here. More likely than not. Oh shit, blue coins. Right. Rip. That's the second time today? Oh. And just taking really weird risks to try to get through this quickly, which is actually making it take longer. So, yeah. That's how I approach things in life. Trying to cut corners and then just making it take longer. Didn't mean to actually side flip, but it's fine. There should be 4 here. Do not care about the extra life. Wow, I just ran right off the edge. I got one of the blue coins. Aw, doggo. Hell yeah. Ah, shoot. Is it gonna flip now? No, we got... Oh, no. We're gonna land. Thank God. Okay, we're good. We're fine. Now we need to get on the tail. Shit. Okay. We're alive. So now it's gonna start going back to horizontal, which is scary. Shit, oh my god. Again, the hitbox moving is really throwing me off here. Yeah, LP Curse has always affected me, not gonna lie. I'm also not used to playing on Switch in all fairness. You know, I mean, this is kind of like skill issue, not gonna lie. But it's true, I miss the little like divots on the GameCube controller that makes it like harder to miss a diagonal or like cardinal directions. But yeah, I like the GameCube controller for GameCube games. I'm actually like weird about it, where I don't really like the GameCube controller that much despite growing up with it. Just because it is like got some weird quirks to it. Mainly the D-pad is microscopic. It's a D-pad for ants, which is the main reason I'm like iffy on GameCube controllers. Alright, there it is. That's a ways off. Imagine like some plumber just standing on your neck for a bit. Like, would that hurt? Probably. You can also spray the clouds to make them grow bigger. And that makes it easier, obviously, to jump on them if you have a bigger, like, target. You can also, like, clip through them a little bit. It would have been fine if I didn't hit continue. It's not really necessary to save constantly. Well, that should have been a lot smoother than it actually was, but we did it. Next up is out El Peontismo. Gonna hop off now. You have family over? Oh, take care, Nicole. Hope you have a good rest of your birthday. Yeah. Have fun with Sam Bird. Samuel Bird. Or Samantha Bird if the bird's a girl. Or gender non-conforming. Hey, El Piantismo. This one isn't that bad. I know all the strats for this level. She says, like, a liar. Nah, that's not true. This one's not that bad. Basically, like, slopes are weird. It's just a recurring sentiment I have about this game. The slopes are weird. I am Il Piantismo, and now we shall race to that flag. Next one isn't that bad, Noki Bay. I feel like that one's not too terrible. It's a race to the finish flag, and only one can triumph. By the way, the current record is 35 seconds. Are you at the ready? Then get set and go. Okay. So yeah, there's like a thingy, I forgot what it's called, Dune Bud. Watermelon? Yeah, that's fair. I mean, next is Coinfish, which is where we're actually gonna dedicate some time to get the blue coins. No, heck it, we're here. We have time to kill, so let's try to get these blue coins. We do not have time to kill, okay. You are pretty good. You have some speed. You have grown ever so slightly in my esteem. Slightly. We will meet again, and goodbye. This is like a did you know in the sense of like, do you know that Doki Doki Panic is Mario 2? But yeah, the Il Piantismo model is basically just the Running Man head from Ocarina of Time. This is a huge crowd, actually. It didn't really sink in until, like, now. And it's really cool how you can have, like, different NPC placements depending on, like, missions. Alright, that's... Wait, we actually got both. Oh my god. I was not expecting to get both birds at the same time. Holy shit. Shoot the bluebirds. Yep. That should be all the bluebirds in this level. Yeah. I did not mean to talk to you. That's all I wanted to say. Now, away with you. Be gone. Again, I don't know why they changed talk to A also. Again, if jump is B. Like, okay, my way to take is, like, GameCube Switch will probably be a lot better than All-Stars. It won't be widescreen, which is kind of a bummer. But then again, widescreen in this game just chops off the bottom of the screen a lot of times. But, basically, button mapping will help, I think. So yeah, I legitimately think NSO will hopefully be a better way to play it than just this. Presumably it's the same emulator and everything that they're using for this. Alright, so now we have the fun task of blue coins. That is going to be our #1 priority. I'm gonna be smart, actually. I'm gonna go in order. And not just hope for the best. Because I am bad at numbers. So going in order will make my life a lot easier. So there should be 2 buried in the sand. The other one should be somewhere over here. No. I wish I knew Gelato Skip. Like, this is something I genuinely want to learn someday, because I love Sunshine, obviously. I wouldn't call it a favorite for no reason. But, I legit would like to learn Gelato Skip for the sake of, like, you know, just because it's cool, I guess, partly. It's neat. It's a neat trick, being able to, like, skip everything. Is this the one? Yeah, this is the one marked 2 on the map. So where the hell is the one marked 5? It should be over here somewhere. There it is. That's not where it looked like on the guidebook. Also, 100 coins here is hell, I'm gonna be real. I'm not a fan of it. Number 6, drop a fruit into the rooftop spinning blades. That one's easy. What if we just, like, hack around and find out? Like, what if we try it a couple times? Just to say we did. So the way this trick works, for the record, because even though I've never done it, I know how it's performed. Basically what you want to do is you grab a coconut, you hop over to the hut over here, you drop the coconut at a very specific spot, let it roll down and push you, and then use that to clip into the hut. There's like a weird movement to it too, where you have to like hold back and then forward. It's actually really hard to set up, to be honest. Because you have to be like perfectly aligned. That was too close to the blades, okay. No Gelato Skip for me today. That is okay. M on the cliff. Okay, that should be by the turbo nozzle. Turbo nozzle is... No, that's the rocket nozzle. Turbo nozzle's by the swing. I mean, while we're here, we might as well try to get the stuff that has the rocket nozzle. Actually, no, there's another one nearby, if we spawn this one in. Yeah, this is gonna be a pretty chill stream, because it's gonna be a lot of this, to be honest. So yeah. To talk a little bit more about the Switch 2 again, I'm excited about it from the perspective of this cool stuff. I'm not as excited from the perspective of it is expensive stuff, so yeah. Oh yeah, the turbo nozzle's on the other cliff, okay. But yeah, new Donkey Kong looks really fun, Mario Kart looks really fun. No real complaints about the actual games shown off. I definitely feel like they're kind of playing it, like, safe. Not safe from the perspective of, like, what am I trying to say? Like, they're not revealing a whole lot yet about the Switch 2 lineup, and I feel like it's partly because, like, if it comes out June 5th, like, E3 is literally right around that time. When I say E3, everyone just says E3, but, you know, Summer Games Fest, shall we say, to be more precise. But because Summer Game Fest is like the like the week after. Like I think it's like a day after or something. Either way, I have a feeling there's gonna be a direct in June as always, and we'll get a lot more stuff for the holiday announced then. Like this is just launch lineup basically, except Kirby, which is like their long-term tease. But we'll probably get actual Kirby gameplay or like more info on Air Riders in June. I was talking about this in a call the other day, and by that I mean I think yesterday. But like Air Riders is a really weird game for me because I both enjoy it, but also feel like it's very like... It's the Mario Strikers effect, where if they release Air Ride and it has a similar amount of content in this day and age for like full price, it's not gonna go over well. So I'm really curious to see how they actually expand on the Air Riders formula, because it definitely needs some kind of expansion, I think. Because as is, it is very basic. So there's two things that need Yoshi, so I guess we'll take care of that next. I got a little bit out of order, but Yoshi's kind of a pain to get in this stage, so I think it's worth going out of order for the thingy. I don't even know what this is called. It's like a shield thing that you can only break with Yoshi's juice, which is very specific, but... I see a blue coin in the water, but actually we have... No wait, we have the hover. Never mind. Forgot I immediately traded it out. You never played Air Ride, so you're glad you're excited it's coming back. I'm hoping it's on NSO. I think it will be, but... I'm still waiting on Nightmare in Dreamland, to be honest. Actually, I don't think this Dune Bug was covered in the last stage, or one of the more recent stages. I don't know if it's like accessible, or if it like does something different in like the sand, or like the Wiggler stage, because you need like extra targets, basically. City Trial is like obviously the highlight, and most people like Air Ride for City Trial. That's like an objective statement. I actually like the regular Air Ride mode. It's just, it doesn't have many courses, but the replay value of Air Ride comes from having basically a Smash Bros. Style checklist for everything. And like getting, specific times with specific vehicles and just unlocking everything. That's like the challenge of Air Ride. As a game, it's actually pretty straightforward, I'd say. Not gonna lie, some of these suck. Just gonna be blunt about it. Like, legit, I think some of the blue coins here are actually very difficult to get to. And some of the regular coins too, which is what makes the 100 coins so, like, frustrating, in my opinion. Is just how, like, obnoxious it is to actually just reach coins in this stage. I'm already complaining about it, and we haven't even attempted it yet, which is always a good sign. Again, this is harder than on GameCube because you don't have analog triggers for things, so you have to actually like manually like adjust charging, which is like annoying. Instead of just being like more automatic, instead of like manually adjusting the charging. We almost have all the blue coins here, which is nice. There should be, yeah, like the coins up there, which is really hard to get to. And also, running out of water is a massive concern here. Like, it's very easy to run out of water, because you have to use the rocket nozzle so much here, and it uses up so much to launch yourself like that. Again, it's interesting that in regular... Yeah, there's also the coins there that you have to, like, launch yourself at. I've never gotten those, I'm pretty sure. Or at least I've never gotten all of them. This game is very pretty. It's something else I strongly believe. Like, straight up, this game looks fantastic still. I don't know why this coin is listed so late in the guide. It's like right here. There's no prerequisite or anything. So I'm just gonna grab this for the heck of it. 1314. It's also the one on top of the roof. I'm gonna get that right now, because, you know, we will not have the rocket nozzle much longer in this stage. We're likely going to swap to a different thing. So, might make sense to get this now. Where is 15? Underwater. That one's all the way over there, okay. Yeah, it's like a quirk of GameCube games being like the only Nintendo console with analog triggers that it just creates this inconvenience every other time you try to like go forward and bring these games forward. Personally though, I actually really like the GameCube controller for GameCube games specifically because that layout is designed around the button placement, but just trying to apply that button placement to other games where things are frustrating. Trying to set up like, you know, for example, a lot of like 2D platformers use B to jump, so the B button is microscopic on a GameCube controller compared to the A button, so it's a little inconvenient. And it's just one of those like interesting design choices of this era, like why the GameCube controller just looks like it is and is laid out the way it is. It's like fascinating to me that the GameCube controller has such a unique layout in a way that almost makes it feel like it has a very different identity from any other Nintendo console. Which is, I think, why the GameCube has had such a renaissance of like, oh my god, the GameCube was great all along. But like, it actually sold abysmally at the time. Like, it sold 20 million units, which is like, according to some rumors, the initial stock of the Switch 2. And like, the Wii U sold 14 million. So like, neither were very successful, like, at all. Man, that one school of fish got really far away from everything else. We got those really speedily, which was nice. Because sometimes those fish suck and take forever to get. I was trying to get the worst red coin first, since it's right here. Shit. What angle is that? There we go. We don't have to worry about that one. Which I'm very happy about, because that one is a pain. There should be a blue coin under here. By my calculations, I am missing one. Like, in terms of ones that are unaccounted for, I'm missing like one, I think. The others, I think I generally know where they are. Yeah, where the hell is that one? I'm just looking really quickly and I'm like, I'm not entirely sure what that is. There's this one up here. And so we are missing one blue coin. And I'm like, where the hell is it? I am genuinely confused. Like, no idea where this is. Well, that sucks. Well, most of them are available in episode like 8, so we can just try again later. Again, unless I'm missing something like really obvious and just forgetting. Yeah, we're at 29, so yeah, we are on track, but which one am I missing? Also, these fish are really annoying. They just like drag you and try to drown you, basically. I thought I heard the sound of being grabbed, but Mario didn't actually get grabbed there. Again, this is the funny part. I've played this game how many times, and yet I'm still struggling with the blue coins. It's like no amount of practice and preparation will ever make the blue coins like not a little bit obnoxious, in my opinion. It's like, you know, I will defend a lot of aspects of this game. Blue coins are one that I'm not really, you know, chomping at the bit to defend, because as much as I feel like with a guide they aren't that bad, they're still kind of bad. Unless you like go in complete order of the guide and don't like skip a beat, basically. It's very easy to like screw up, basically. Yeah, that's it. Okay. That's what I'm missing. It's over here. Hey, figured it out. So yeah, it should just be over here. Crisis averted. We course corrected. This level I think is gonna be worse than like Peanut Park. Peanut Park is actually pretty straightforward for blue coins. I'm hoping we can get through all of Peanut Park though today. It shouldn't be that bad. The main hurdle was Gelato, just because the shines here take a while. Again, the funny part about this is you have to like adjust the count constantly, mentally. Like we have 35 shine sprites, we actually have 44 because of the blue coins. Every 10 blue coins is a shine sprite. Alright, next is Shadow Mario. And then we have everyone's favorite level. I'm looking forward to it. I want to see if I can actually do a good job with it, because, hey, Watermelon Festival is a fickle thing. It can sometimes be very easy, it can sometimes take 20 minutes. So I am very curious to see which one it is this time. It's kind of funny, actually, like, the games I grew up with. I mean, we'll see that, depending on if I actually go through with Pikmin or not. I'm like torn on Pikmin 2, because that is another childhood game of mine. I don't know if I want to subject myself, well, actually more, I don't know if I want to subject everyone else to the way I play Pikmin, which is like save scumming constantly. Like, I like deathless runs of Pikmin games, that requires, for me, a lot of resets. Which is like, I feel like that'd be kind of annoying, me resetting constantly. For Pikmin 1, it won't be that bad. For Pikmin 2, it's gonna be a lot of resets. That game is hard. Also, just resetting for a good layout is a viable option with Pikmin 2. Pikmin 2 is very much in the same camp as this game, in my opinion, of like, if you grew up with it, it's not, it doesn't seem that hard, but like, newcomers to Pikmin 2 are like, this is the hardest game, like, ever. Like, Pikmin 2 is very hard. Dang it. This isn't over, I think is what that said. I've been trying to get better about reading the dialogue, partly because I need to get ready for some other projects I'm doing, which involve a lot of reading. You know, doing the Paper Mario games, I'm gonna want to read some stuff out. I don't know if I'll read out everything, and I actually should probably try to schedule and coordinate, for like collab type stuff. So I'm not like reading out everything on my own for like Thousand Year Door, because that will wear me out. Alright, we're gonna do something out of order here, just for the sake of my sanity. I want to get this out of the way now, so I don't have to worry about it. We're gonna do the coins first, I think. Because, like, believe it or not, I'm more worried about the 100 coins than the Watermelon Festival. So yeah, we're just gonna get this out of the way. Again, this is one of those levels where it's like, it doesn't feel like there's that many coins. So it's like, you really have to scour sometimes. Especially because, again, I think I commented on this last time, Sunshine is really bad about despawning. Like, things despawn so fast in this game. It's ridiculous, really. Like, genuinely confusing to me how fast coins despawn. It's also fascinating because Super Mario Sunshine is a game that is very polarizing. Again, I feel like a lot of my love for it is, you know, it was my first 3D Mario game. If I had, you know, grown up with 64, I may not have liked this as much. Like, full disclosure, like, you know, full bluntness, I guess. But it is true, like, this is the one I have nostalgia for, not 64. However, something else I think about a lot is I feel like these two are the two games where it's like, you have to have been there. Like, they're very much like you have to have been there games. If you didn't grow up with Sunshine, and if you didn't grow up with 64, like, neither are really that fun to go back to, or like, for a first time. Like, both are kind of wonky. Finding cataquacks near trees is a problem, because the coin can sometimes just fly into the tree and, like, get stuck. So, not the best plan, admittedly. See, a lot of my plans actually hinge on things involving the Switch too, because, like, even if I'm not, like, chomping at the bit to stream, like, Donkey Kong or Mario Kart World, there is still the aspect of NSO. Like, I have been contemplating streaming Chibi Robo, for example, so there's almost merit to getting a Switch 2 for that, which feels very expensive and wastely, not, like, cost effective. Fun story, the cataquacks can actually run into these sandbuds and immediately get KO'd like that, so you don't even need to spray them, like, with good timing to stop them near the sandbud. You can just kind of lure them straight into it. I'm sure you could get a whole, like, squad following you too. Frankly, if you're actually doing the regular mission, it's not a bad idea to deliberately lure them to the sandbuds and take out as many as you can. Also, breaking the watermelons will give you coins. I don't know if they're all individual, if they're actually, like, cumulative. But diving into them is a pretty good way of breaking them. Ow. Also, the blue cataquacks don't deal damage, the red ones do, so that's why later on they swap them out. Needless to say, this is not my recommended method of doing this, just because it is very time-consuming. It's better to get the other coins first, but I'm here, and I just want to see how many I can get from this. You can also take the smaller watermelons to the juicer and actually get coins that way, but the problem is, he just kind of flings them everywhere into the water, and because the despawn time is so fast in this game, it's almost impossible to actually grab that many of them. So, like, you know, last resort, it's not a bad option, but it's not reliable. I'd be genuinely curious to see how a speedrunner would tackle this 100 coins, because this is, like, one of the worst in my opinion. In terms of, like, time. Like, the others I have pretty consistent routing for, I think. And, like, strategies of how to get them relatively fast, but, you know, this is one that just, it takes forever, no matter what. I think the red cataquacks also get up faster. Okay, that one's exhausted. That was like 10 coins. So yeah, worst case scenario, that does work, though, again, it's very time consuming. But again, at some point, I will probably try to get through Galaxy too. As in T-O-O, I need to specify. Galaxy 2 is pending, because it's like, I don't have as much of a soft spot for Galaxy 2. So that'd probably be more of an incentive playthrough than, rather than, like, for a favorites, like, retrospective. Again, part of the reason why I want to go through all my childhood games is just to kind of show my, like, gaming roots, because, my gaming roots are very complicated. Like, there's a reason it's so Mario heavy at the beginning. It's like, I really didn't diversify the games I played very much. And even once we got to the next game, which was like, the point of the next game is, hey, I started actually, you know, branching out. That is a hint. There is still the problem of I still played a lot of Mario. First RPG, Superstar Saga. Second RPG, Thousand Year Door. You should have big coins up here as well. You can actually be paying from the ceiling, I think. If you, like, bounce off the cushion, yeah. This does work, but obviously a little bit slow. I was having trouble dropping there. Yeah, this is definitely a case of Sunshine does have a step back from 64 of not being able to get a separate star in the 100 coins. Like, if you could do that, this would not be nearly as frustrating. But because you have to do them separately, it just takes so much more time. Like, legit, it's like one of the big setbacks from 64 and like a genuine qualm I have. You know, Bowser's Fury, I think, is like a legit step in the right direction for Mario, just being very freeform, but not even having like a hub. It's like you just keep going, but it still has that structure of like levels and them transforming, but like you just literally leave and come back. Like, you don't even have to leave very far. You can go like, you just despawn it and or like off screen it enough, and then boom, new levels loaded in already. It's like really cool. And I genuinely want to see them expand on Bowser's Fury for the next game. I'm really curious to see what the next Mario game is, because I have a feeling that DK is not the only 3D platformer that's going to be on Switch 2. I fully expect a 3D Mario, because money. I'm having a heck of a time getting these coins. There we go. Alright, I was hoping he'd grab the pole. I'm not really a fan of the tightrope physics in this game. They're very unwieldy. Again, there's a certain irony to, like, me griping a lot about this game and the series about talking about my childhood favorites. It almost feels a little bit ironic in a way, but again, I think it's healthy to be able to like critique your favorites. Yeah, as a kid, I was really bad at criticism. I still am. These days, I think I can safely say it could be a form of like rejection-sensitive disorder, or RSD, which might explain a lot of things looking back, but I do think that plays a role in it, for sure. And it definitely led to a lot of like, oh, I can't take criticism of my favorite games. And I still get a little defensive of my favorite games sometimes. It depends on how it's handled. If it's like good faith criticism, I'm like whatever. If it's like bad faith criticism, that's what kind of fires me up. And it depends on if like, okay, I don't know why it bounced that way. Neat. Yeah, RC sucks. But yeah, my general take is if someone swings first, like, out of pocket, that's gonna make me more mad than just someone, like, in a conversation saying, hey, I don't like the thing that you like. But yeah, you're cool for liking it. But if someone just, like, literally jumps out of nowhere, like, drive-by post, like, no, the thing you like is shit, then I'm gonna get a lot more defensive. Oh, no, that's too small, tiny, really. Guess I'll have to choose one of those three over there. Luckily, the coins got stuck on the roof of the hut, so I actually got most of them there. That does not happen all the time. I was extraordinarily lucky, not gonna lie. There should be 3 melons in total around. You have to get the one on top of the hill, for the actual Shine Sprite. Shit. I mean, that works, but not what I was trying to do. You might want to get as many coins out of these as you can, but we're so close. I'm not really concerned about coins now. Like the individual stragglers, we're gonna go for like bigger amounts. I should have been doing this all along, in all fairness. I love the music in this game, though. I talked about it last time. A lot of it's based around like leitmotifs, but like legit, I love this game's soundtrack. It's nostalgic, this, you know, soundtrack of my childhood, basically, along with Pikmin, which again, we'll be getting to soon, if all goes well. I'm trying to find a balance of the games I'm playing. Well that's not bad, but not great either. It's not bigger than any of those three over there. Again, very good coin bounces, all things considered. Again, I've had really awful coin bounces where they're just flung, like, all over the place, and I can get, like, 2 of them. So yeah, I'll take this. This is not a bad 100 coins. Like, straight up. Actually, this will do it, I think. Ow. But the bees will let us. There we go. That only took like 10 minutes. Like for me, that's not bad. I won't complain about that 100 coins. That is like a good ass run of this level for my standards. Now, how will the proper level go? Can we do it in 5 minutes before the ad starts? That's the $1,000,000 question. Did we get the... No, we didn't get that, did we? So that's where we're gonna start with Peanut Park, I think, is the red coins of the cannon secret. Then we'll get all the 10 coins outside the park as well, while we're there. I think that's the most logical call, since most of them need the cannon anyway. Alright, so here's the fun part. We gotta push Melon down a hill. There's a joke somewhere in here about handling melons, but I am not awake enough to formulate it. Oh, thank you for the hydration check. Alright, fun time. We need to climb all the way up to the top of the mount, or the hill here. And then push the melon down the hill, so... There's like the careful approach, obviously, then there's the like dumb and reckless approach, which is what I do. Just push down the hill, see where it lands, and hope for the best. This is actually not a bad placement, in theory. Yeah, this ain't bad. We can work with this, I think. Actually, I need to let it move over. I'm gonna bait it a little bit. Shit, there we go. Damn it. Oh, I thought I was gonna survive for a moment. I was very happy, very briefly. Try to get as far over to the side as I... Oh, okay. Alright. Like, drop it over here. Just farther along to begin with. But its momentum might crash it somewhere. Oh, that's not a good placement for that. Camera is stuck on something. I'm gonna Mario Cam just to get that sorted out. We need to thread a needle of these cataquacks. Okay. That wasn't actually that bad. Ads are about to start. Oh no. That being said, I shouldn't rush this either. Concentration mode? Okay. Ah, shit. See, that was me rushing because the ads are about to start. Shit, here it goes. Whoa, now that's a big ol' watermelon like I've never seen. I don't even need to get out the calipers for this one. You win. Hell yeah. 4th try? 5th try? I lost count. Either way, for me, that's not bad. I've done the first try sometimes, but no complaints. Just gonna casually stand on, like, rotor blades as I collect this shine sprite here, as you do. I don't understand why that doesn't deal damage, but whatever. And with that, we are now done with another world. So hey, I'm gonna pause here for now, and we are going to take a short break, and I'm gonna get up and stretch, and we'll resume with Peanut Park.